Now, I knew only Bambaiya Hindi. But he insisted that I took Hindi, and it was a difficult call. But in the course of learning Hindi in college, I came across Mahadevi Verma, Jaishankar Tripathi, Nirala, Ramdhari Singh Dinkar, and so many. Munshi Premchand, Gaban I must have read at least a dozen times. Just I read Cry the Beloved Country by Alan Paton later, which really inspired.
The India Economic Summit over the years has become a very successful conclave for deliberation. It's become a platform for vision. As the Union Finance Minister, steering the country through the most difficult and the most unprecedented of times with her calm and cool demeanor. Ms. Sitharaman knows well enough how many cynics there are in this country, but I must say it, you have taken the country through many, many crises.
Director, the taste of success. Is there a genuine potential here economically of India being the leading player of the global south?
People are now saying that emerging markets will speak and will speak on agenda which matters to them, and we can't ignore them because they constitute a substantial part of the global trade, global economy. Specifically, people came to me, finance ministers came to me to say India's G20 presidency stands out for two things: for the content and also the conduct.
في هذه اللحظات شن العدو الإسرائيلي في هذه اللحظات شن العدو الإسرائيلي
what's your message to everyone who use, controversies to say our institutional mechanism is not strong enough?
Where our institutions need to be given credit, we put that aside and only pick that one thing about that institution and say, look at this, our institutions are really now being threatened. But what about the other things which make our institutions stand out? Every one of our institutions are really doing their maximum best, world-class best. Today our benchmarks are being looked at rather than the benchmark elsewhere.
I know many people feel like we are entering a dark time, but for the benefit of us all, I hope that is not the case. But here's the thing, America, if it is, let us fill the sky with the light of a brilliant, brilliant billion of stars. To the young people who are watching, it is okay to feel sad and disappointed. But please know it's going to be okay. On the campaign, I would often say, when we fight, we win. But here's the thing. Sometimes the fight takes a while. That doesn't mean we won't win. That doesn't mean we won't win. The important thing is don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. Don't ever stop trying to make the world a better place. You have power. You have power. And don't you ever listen when anyone tells you something is impossible because it has never been done before. You have the capacity to do extraordinary good in the world. And so to everyone who is watching, do not despair. This is not a time to throw up our hands. This is a time to roll up our sleeves. This is a time to organize, to mobilize, and to stay engaged for the sake of freedom and justice and the future that we all know we can build together. Look, many of you know I started out as a prosecutor, and throughout my career I saw people at some of the worst times in their lives. People who had suffered great harm and great pain, and yet found within themselves the strength and the courage and the resolve to take the stand, to take a stand, to fight for justice, to fight for themselves, to fight for others. So let their courage be our inspiration. Let their determination be our charge. And I'll close with this. There's an adage an historian once called a law of history, true of every society across the ages. The adage is, only when it is dark enough can you see the stars. I know many people feel like we are entering a dark time, but for the benefit of us all, I hope that is not the case. But here's the thing, America, if it is, let us fill the sky with the light of a brilliant, brilliant billion of stars. The light of optimism, of faith, of truth, and service. It's you. And may that work guide us even in the face of setbacks toward the extraordinary promise of the United States of America. I thank you all. May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America. I thank you.
Good evening and thank you for tuning in. You're watching the news at 6 p.m. I'm Suesha Samant. Yes, the Samosa controversy that is getting bigger and the massive embarrassment that the Sukhu government has had to face for ordering a CID probe into why the samosas were served on the wrong plate. That's our biggest story. We'll get you all the details. First, a quick check of the headlines we're tracking. First, Mamta's Neta calls Chandesh Khali protest face mal, and now he brands Chandesh Khali women as